تاركة مع الصحبة خير في جميع. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مدد يا سلطان الأولياء، مدد يا سلطان الأنبياء، يا رجال الله.
We ask for permission and heavenly support. O you people, come to the ocean. Come to the ocean of life. Come to the ocean of experience. Just like the raindrop falling from the sky and letting itself fall. And without a doubt, every piece, every raindrop, how much of a volume does it have? Just one small drop of rain. How much does it weigh? But the more a raindrop is falling and more, what happens to all those raindrops? Don't hate, my brother, show yourself. It becomes an ocean. How much does a raindrop weigh, my brother? Just a little bit, less than air. How much does a volume does a raindrop have? And what happens to the raindrop? How does a raindrop become an ocean? If you know the end already, then you need to know the way to the ocean as well. Where there is no ocean, what do you do as a raindrop? Eh? You wander to the ocean. How do you do that? From the mountain tops down to the valleys. From the valleys, trying to go to the flowing rivers. And from the flowing rivers, down the stream, you get to the ocean. So what a journey! Even a raindrop is on a way, is on its search. It's rolling and rolling and rolling. So what's the intention of the raindrop, of every raindrop? To turn something so small into something very big. That's something that has almost no volume. Something that doesn't have anything weight in itself. That seems like nothing. Says nothing as no one. It comes down, but it has a big intention. The intention which is greater than the mountains themselves. This little raindrop wants to become an ocean, and not. It doesn't want to end up just as a little swimming pool for the children in the bathroom. It doesn't want to turn into a lake, not into a sea. No, even more. To an ocean it wants to become. So what happens with all the other raindrops that don't have that intention? They let themselves fall onto a cliff, onto a rock, and then they vanish. everything in creation, every image in existence, every event in existence is giving you a hint, a sign, and a recommendation, and shows you even the way. What you need to do, where you have to look, how you have to look for that, and what intention you need to have. From you that is nothing, to turn yourself into something nothing, or to turn you that is nothing, to turn into someone. You come into this existence as nothing, and you decide, my brother, do you want to go back as a nothing? Or do you want to live as someone that is being welcomed, and that wants to be welcomed with a parade of angels when he's coming back? Because if you leave this place, you go into another place, and there is a welcome, and what a welcome you'll have, just like a king. Or do you want to get kicks in the earth? Come on, get out of here. Go away. From heaven, all good things fall from the heavens. Without anything coming from the heavens, or letting itself fall on this dark planet, there will be no life. If the sun wouldn't look down, there would be no life. If the rain wouldn't let itself fall onto here, there would be no life. The day starts at the top. When the sky is getting light, life starts. And when the day is leaving, everything starts to leave. We need the heavens, my brother. But just like animals, we look down and think all that we find on the earth or in the earth is all that we need. But blessings come from up above. And you need to decide what you want to do with it. And all knowledge of the heavens is just like raindrops, my brother. The prophets, it started with Adam a.s. and ended with Sayyidina Muhammad. There was no end, but it was completed and perfected. But that perfection is still blossoming, and it has flowers and fruits, and bears fruits. And those fruits bear other fruits. And that's why in our belief, in our faith, in our religion, there is there are always new openings, depending on the situation, and depending on the event, on what's happened. New openings, and new secrets are being revealed that were hidden before, or that were not mentioned. The saints, the messengers of God, they open up more and more, and they open to us the secret of the divine. And because not everything has been opened all time, but all the time there are openings, and in the end of time, everything will be revealed. And that's how everything is opening itself. And that's why we need a place, like a reservoir of the rainfalls of God. And as the rain is falling and you are collecting it in a reservoir, why? so that it doesn't go to waste, that you can use it later. And the knowledge of God is falling from the heavens, just like raindrops. And piece by piece you have to collect it. This day like this, another day this, and more and more and more you collect. And in the presence of the Sheikh, as a community with the Sheikh, and he's telling us, every time he's telling us, in every sohbet lecture that is being held, it's just like a raindrop from the heavens. One drop of heavenly knowledge, and it's being revealed to you, and you open it to you. Who opens your heart, just like a reservoir, boom, 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 it's being collected. And you have no idea. The Sheikh is putting the seed into your heart, and then the water of knowledge is being poured over it. And at some point, without that you have expected it to happen, something happens. Something's opening itself. From the earth of your heart, something is blooming and blossoming, just like a fruit, and turns into a tree, and that bears fruits as well. And then you can give life to others. With everything that you've got, you can give life. And that's why we need the lectures of the Sheikh and a sohbet speech, because no prophet came with a book in his hands and read out loud of it, and no prophet was reading out of a book and made sohbet speech like that, but from the heart they spoke. Everything in the heart is a reservoir. That the secret is a secretive place, this heart, and depending on the situation, it will be revealed. All prophets, that is, you don't just read from a book. The human, the true human, is the book itself. For 23 years, Sayyidina Muhammad was giving sohbet lectures, and only after he passed, Quran had been written down. All his sohbet, he was revealing and explaining all the oceans, all the verses, and without any heavenly connection. Out of a dry book, you can't say anything. You don't have to learn from it, and you cannot speak from it. For you to understand. So the holy book is the ocean of God, but what's inside of it, only the one who is diving right in deep into it, not the one who is describing what kind of water there is, salty water, there's fish inside, and sometimes they show themselves and sometimes they don't. But where are the pearls, my brother? You have to dive deep. We don't have to read. We can, here at the beach, there's so many nice mussels, and you can look at the shells. Maybe you've got lucky and we find a pearl as well. I don't know how many people found a pearl like that. You have to dive deep. And that's why we try. We have those sohbet speeches, and every sohbet speech, just like a raindrop, it gives you, every lecture, it gives you a divine knowledge into your heart. And it's being collected, and then they turn into an ocean. Every human, every believing human has got this opportunity and opening and permission and the opportunity to do so. To turn into an ocean of the heavens, And it's not about academic education, whether you are a scholar or a non-scholar, or literate or alphabetist, illiterate or analphabet. If you're rich or poor, it doesn't matter. If you're a child or an adult, it doesn't matter. If you ask for it, you will get it. He can turn into an ocean of God. Everybody's got that chance to do so, but only they need to know, they need to move their back behind and show discipline. And discipline, they have to observe that. And Allah, that is His wish, that every human will turn into a saint, will become a prophet. A prophet you cannot become, but you can become a saint. At the time of Mehdi alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, when they've come and all, when after they came and all evil has been put away, all humans that are living for 40 years, they are all saints. And then they're all going to be saints. All believers will be saints. They will all be believers and saints. And that gate is open for everyone. And it's such a justice and such an act of mercy from the... Nobody's got the right at the day of judgment. Oh Sheikh, oh yeah, God, in our book of destiny, it didn't written that we're going to be saints. We were just normal people, it was written there. And that's why we should be forgiven. No. Everybody's got the mission to turn themselves into a saint, not to declare yourself a saint, but that God declares them a saint. Everybody is a self-declared saint. In His divine presence, from Allah, we have to be introduced as saints. These are my friends, these are my saints. I can trust them. I can entrust them with my treasures. And these are all bearers of the name El-Amin. And you cannot be El-Wali without having become El-Amin. So why isn't it like that, my brother? If I cannot trust you, then why would I entrust my purse to you? And the next day you come to me, oh my Sheikh, I've lost it. But otherwise, it was true that you were on to say, Sheikh, and spend it all. I cannot trust you. I have to test it first. And put you through on a trial or see how you're doing, like just like on a way. And it's not easy. In Berlin, some of my boys are trying to test them, and I taught them very, very hard tests, and I don't tell that most of them, and I tried. And I said to one brother, over there is a kebab shop, get me a kebab without onions, and then put salt on it. They will always put in salt and forget all the salt. Be careful. So twice, and I told him twice while we were in the car, yes, 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 this is easy. And then he went out, and even while he was on his move from the car to the shop, shouted out from the window, no onions. And they will not have done it. At the door, I was still calling out to him, Allah is my witness. Such an important mission impossible I gave him. And then he comes back, and he said, everything's fine. And then open up, and it's full of onions and no salt. Yes, but I did tell him. Yeah, I told you, look inside, they won't do it. I told you more, they won't do it. Just like robots, like a machine put in just onions and no salt, and they give it to you. But because it's like a conveyor belt. And you have to control. I told you so. I told you. If I cannot entrust you with a kebab, how can I entrust you with a divine secret? Isn't it? Hassan, our brother, also has got the same experience. Even though I tell this story a million times, even on the next day, the same thing happens. They all fail. I can't even entrust them with my kebab. And today I told him, go and get me a kebab, but add some spice in it. And I told him 3 times, even it 5 times. And he comes back, and this is not spicy. Oh. And then he said, but they are not wrong, I forgot. And at least he's got an excuse. It's not easy to be a saint. You have to be careful. The word of Sheikh is never allowed to ever touch the ground. It's just like a raindrop. Don't ever let a raindrop fall, and so that it goes to waste, just for nothing. Catch it, so that you shall turn it into an ocean. And the word of a friend of God, that is responsible for you, and that word is actually for you. That raindrop, or that drop of life that gives you eternal life, is for you to catch it and not to let it fall down onto the ground, because you cannot see anything. You can see at least to the wall, but nothing further. But is there really a wall? But in reality there is no wall. But for your eyes in your head, there are walls. There are always borders. You can't see further. Then you need to find someone who can look further, and then trust them. And then trust them. Someone who looks with the heart's eyes. Once you got to the point to see with your heart's eyes and to hear with your heart's ears, you don't need any phone, no live stream, anything. You are already everywhere. And you can be seen everywhere, and you can always be heard without the use of the matter. Sayyidina Muhammad, peace be upon him, could listen unto the far east, unto the far south, and everywhere he could hear everything, and he could see everything. Everywhere in this world what happened, he could see and report on it and listen. And he told them, like from 1 week far away of a caravan, that what happened in there, he can tell this is happening. And then after a week that caravan came, and they asked him, on that day did that and that happen? And he explained it to them like a live stream. It happened there, a live show, live report. And that is what a prophet can do. And his heirs can do it to his saints, the awliya. If we are friends of God, and He trusts us, that we don't turn His kebab into something weird, like as when we ask to please no salt, with salt and no onion, and then we have to get a kebab without onions and salt. So see, look, what an important task. If you can't trust them, how else, in a serious time, how can we ever trust them? It's not about the kebab. Do you really think it's about the kebab? It's just a try for your own, to look at yourself. What you do with something that's been entrusted to you. There once was a student, and he stayed with the Sheikh for 10 years, my brother. And then go on and this, and he did work in the gardens, but and he thought, like, look to there's no wings on either side, and he's always failing, and he cannot walk. And finally he knocks at the door of the Sheikh and says, Sheikh, I want to go and say goodbye, just so you know. So why? Well, I haven't gotten anything here. You only made me work, but never gave me anything. I don't want to waste my time anymore here. Okay, well then tomorrow, come again one last time, and I will give you a task, and if that has gone well, then you shall get what you want. Okay, this is the last time, the student said. Comes back more tomorrow. And the Sheikh gives him a small chest, small box. And he said, don't open. You take that to my friend in the other village and give it to him. And no matter what you hear and find strange, don't open it. That's the only condition. And on its way, when he is on his way, it started to rattle. In that little chest, in that little box. And there's movement, and the student becomes impatient and asks himself, what is that? And then looks to the left and right, and then he said, let's just have a short glance, even though the Sheikh forbade me to, but there is something interesting in there. And I want to make sure to have seen it. And in that moment that he opens, boom, a rat is jumping out of it and is gone forever. Like, what, did he do that? What an impertinence. A rat he's entrusting to me. I should bring a rat from one place to another? That's unheard of. Goes back to the Sheikh, knocks, and the Sheikh asks, you made me go deliver a rat, and you entrust me with a rat? No, I couldn't even trust you with a rat. That's what I wanted to show you. And you wanted to have something from me. I can't even give you a rat. Do you understand, my brother? It's not that easy. Just doing yoga, exercise, like, no. That's not working. What the prophets, how much they suffered. What they had to suffer and go through. It's not that easy. We have to show effort. If you want to get 2,000 euros, you have to tumble in front of the boss and do all the acrobatics just for him to give you 2,000 euros. And you have to show effort. You don't get it presented like that. And Allah, you want to go into paradise, into eternity, eternal bliss. There is no work, no sleep, no tiredness, no sickness, only joy. After one another, all the wishes are being fulfilled. And if you have no wishes left, there will be wishes created for you, so you shall wish it endlessly. And you get that without having done anything? No. May Allah give us good understanding. It's supposed to be an easy sohbet lecture.
Sultan Fatiha.